What's up? How's your Sunday going? Or is it still Saturday some places? Probably. No, wait, is it Saturday? Yeah. No, it's probably not Saturday in many places. Maybe Hawaii? I don't know. Because on the first day, the first time of the day when our ups rounds start in Australia, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out for a minute. See if I can get anybody in here and chat for a minute. Oh man, I'll turn some of this stuff on. Got a couple ideas. I don't know. Let's see what that does. I think I need to, I don't know. Let me see. Wow, that's fine. Adjust. Wow. What's going on? I need a little air filter right here. Why does it autocorrect like that? What the heck? There we go. What's going on? Who's in here? Someone's already liked and hitting the hearts, so. I gotta clean this crap off. I feel like I've been running the fire. I got a fireplace downstairs. It's enclosed, so, but I feel like the dust just gets extra crazy in the winter time. What's going on? Whoa, bro. What's going on, guys? Hey, Cheyenne. What's up? I'm trying to. Y'all staying warm? It's cold AF here. And it's never this cold. I looked at the temperature earlier and it was like, feels like 3 degrees outside. And I'm like, I don't think it's felt like 3 degrees here since, I mean, I've lived here for 12 years. Not once. What do I do? Right now I'm just hanging out. But I do have a modular synth here. I'll probably patch it and make a little music until I'm called elsewhere. Right now I was looking at, does anyone in here run air purifiers in their house? I have one I run downstairs, but I feel like I need one upstairs. So I was gonna look at those real quick. But I'll do music in a minute, maybe. I'm just hanging out. Anyone interested in any of the music, sounds, stuff I make? I put I set up a Google Drive that I put recordings in, and so for anyone that's interested, you can find the link in my profile, and it will take you to a Google Drive, and it has, and contained it as a file that has various like audio, music, sound effects, stuff that I make. So I just started doing that this week. But for anyone interested, if you want to just go straight to that and see what kind of I do. Because like this is sort of like it's just a fun thing I do. But I record a lot of stuff. So here, let me get this fired up and y'all can we can see what we got going on here. Get this going. That's what I had running last night. We stayed up, I don't know, I think we stayed up all night last night. What are y'all up to? Y'all staying warm? Wherever you're at? Well, I guess if you're, I get people from Australia and I'm like, are you staying warm? And I'm thinking like, oh wait, it's like 100 degrees in Sydney during the day in the middle of the night here. Like, yeah, of course you're staying warm. What are y'all up to? We got people in here. Y'all hanging out? Sunday? Are y'all going to, what do you got planned? I'm looking at, I'm gonna do music in a minute, but I gotta look at something real quick. What's going on, guys? It's like I'm not glitchy. What's up, Cactus? Mind blown? I don't know about that. I listened to the, I was watching videos earlier of the, I don't know if any of y'all play music, but that's what the Osmos E, which is a physical modeling synthesizer. And it has like there's like 6 layers of expressiveness in the key. So you can do vibrato by doing the keys left to right. You can do like 2 layers of pressure sensitivity. It's yeah, kind of bonkers. But anyways, I hate watching viewer counts because then I like respond to the viewer counts as the people are or are not in here. Golly, I just wish I could just turn that off. But anyways, what's going on? Reminds me of Kavinsky music. I don't know what that is. I'll look it up. Yeah, I like so like things are getting progressively better in terms of like electronic interfaces. So like I have like this stupid little synth. It's fine, but so like these pads, they can detect how hard you hit them, and then they can detect aftertouch. So if you like move your finger on it, it can detect touch. And then there's like a whole variety of ones that can detect like side to side, up and down, and then like different levels of like how hard you're pressing. And so you can get like kind of bonkers levels of creativity, but you have to have something that responds to that. So like there are actually modules and modular that will respond to that level of expressiveness, but I'm trying to look. It's for selling. What we're gonna do is take this. Look at this. Let's try this. I don't know, something like that, maybe. He's an artist that does synth music. Okay, cool. I'm trying to. I don't listen to a lot of electronic music, or synth music or anything, which is odd because I like synth so much. But I also just like it's such a huge, like, it's such an expansive sort of field that like you know you get everything from like more like people that actually use like synthesis in like a classical way, like piano players, keyboardists, those kind of things that use it like in all kinds of music, and then you get it all the way to like the EDM, techno, like experimental sound design. Like it's just so big. It's like, but yeah. So I've been trying to go through. There's a couple artists I like. One that comes to mind is she's Italian. Caterina Barberini is probably like the reason why I got into doing any kind of modular stuff. I think her stuff's like really amazing. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll get one of these. Sorry, I'm looking at. Yeah. You looked at anything? I'm just drinking some coffee right now. It's earlier. They seem to be. I did a stream last night, night before last, whatever you want to call it, and these got a big kick. So I made like a little soundboard. Yep, that's it. She's Italian. Maybe her uncle's like a famous composer or something, and she does electronic music, or she used to. I haven't seen anything she does in a while. Or she has. I don't know if she's released any albums in a while. Let me see. Okay, yeah, she's performing. She's okay. So it looks like she has some performances scheduled for April in Paris. So she's still active, and she looks like she did some performances end of October. But yeah, Katerina Barbieri. Yeah, that's spelled right. Her album. Let me see the last album. I won't play any of it because I'll get a strike. But yeah, her last album, Ecstatic Computation, is it's one of those things like there's not a lot of stuff that I hear, because like when you listen to so much music, there's not a lot of stuff that like makes you feel something. But her stuff, like it's all done on a modular synth. I think there's some sample based stuff combined with it, but like it makes you like it like pulls you in. It like makes you feel something. What's going on, Alicia Seeds? Yeah, I would recommend, like, if you if you want to if you want to feel like a chain attached to your soul and feel it like jolted, like I totally recommend. I feel like there's kind of a dark mood to it. So like I like to sometimes compare music I listen to like a novel or some sort of bit of fiction that I've read. So like I was reading let me see, Neil Stephenson's The Diamond Age. Is that it? It's a science fiction work. It's also called something else. But yeah, so like when I read that, the mood in there and certain aspects of the way like they depict this society and like the sort of oppressiveness of the cities they live in and whatever, it like I don't know, like I was like, oh, that feels like this album. And so I guess those are two sort of syncopated things. I don't know what TGE means. What's the subject? Oh, so we're talking, I'll say yeah, because H and G are next to each other on the keyboard. um, we're talking about electronic music. So if you go in the chat and you see Vincent, he recommended someone to me, and I'm saying that I don't listen. I do electronic music, so like I like electronic music a lot. So I'm sitting here, but he recommended what's it called? I can't find it now. Kavinsky. And then I recommended him Caterina Barberini, and then I'm comparing her to if there was a mood, like I like to compare books I read to like sounds I hear. So I was comparing her album like Static Computation to a book by Neil Stevenson called The Diamond Age. So, sorry, I got something on my teeth. I don't know. What's going on? What are you guys up to? You got any book recommendations, Vincent? You interested in who is that? Is that you? Or is that Indiana Jones? Looks like Indiana Jones. Change this. Get Out of Your Own Way by David Hollis. Okay. Book recommendations. What's going on, grocery store Cheetah? That's a good name. Sorry. Last book I read was have you ever read anything by Thomas Pynchon? I'd never read anything by him, and someone recommended a book called Bleeding Edge. It's really interesting. It's about this mom who is a private detective, and I think she lives in the Bronx with her 2 kids, and it takes place in 2001. So you get to go through like the world she experiences pre 9/11, and then the world she experiences post 9/11, and it's very much like this is kind of a normal person's reaction to what's going like she's very intelligent, so sort of an observant person's perception of the world pre and post 9/11. Someone who has kids, so you get it from like a kind of a mom's angle, like she wants to protect her kids, and then she has to live in this kind of crazy world that like changes, like, you know, pinnacle moment of the 21st century. It's very good. Yeah, George Orwell's, of course, classic. Have y'all read? I've not read 1984 start to finish. I've read it in pieces, I think, over years. Just because it's so dark. Like, I'll read a bit and I'll be like, golly, this thing just brews. Now I've read Animal Farm all the way through, in like, you know, a week. George Orwell was an interesting guy. Didn't he fight in the Spanish Civil War? Which is an interesting time, because it is like pre-World War II. So there's like, I'd imagine there's a lot of tension in the world at that time that would have led to something being so like kind of oppressive and brooding. Anyways, give me a break, a second, right? I gotta run real quick. I'll be right back. I like to do this. This is goofy. Y'all are gonna hate me, but this is something I've been doing when I go take a break, and it's absurd. What's going on, guys? Sorry, this is my soundboard. So I took one of my modules and I uploaded a couple of samples to it, and so yeah, they're all obnoxious.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Take your toy back to the carpet. Take it back!
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Hello, cutie pie.
It's not a tumor. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, sorry. It's my childish inclination. There's one of the guys that I chat with on live sometimes. We both, like as kids, we had, I don't know if y'all remember those websites where they'd be sound banks of like actors or like famous people's voices, and you would put the cookie down now. And we'd make prank phone calls with sound banks, and Arnold was of course one of our favorites. Like, how is it that pregnancies, what are you talking about? Mini pregnancies. I can't get pregnant, Rita. Wish me, yeah. Yeah, we used to make, so like the one the one that is easiest to get started with is, what's going on? Jocko. Yeah, I'm making, what's up? We do music a little bit. You thought I was female? What? Rita, what about you makes you think I'm female? It's like, what's going on? I know, right? No, I can't get pregnant. Now, look up. Okay, so if y'all are interested, so I like, I'll read about tech stuff occasionally and sort of futurist things. Who's your daddy and what does he do? Yeah, I've got to get I have that one clipped. I don't have it loaded on here yet. Look up. So was there an experiment in Japan where they took the genes of 2 male rats, and then they did whatever you have to do to the genes and put it in an ovum of one, and then they took the sperm of the other one, and so they basically took 2 male mice DNA and made a baby, and so they called them gabies. Which, I mean, neckbeard? Yeah, no, I need to shave it. I've got my neck's trimmed. I usually keep it trimmed, but It's been snow days here for 2 weeks, and so we've kind of been. Why is your microphone against the wall? I can turn it in. So it's just on a swivel. Yeah. I don't use it on lives because I don't. It's hooked up to speakers behind me. So like here, I can turn it on. Listen to this. I have it now to turn it on and be like, "Hello, do you hear me through this microphone?" But it's gonna have an echo to it because you're getting yeah. All right, we got the trolls in here. That's fun. Yeah. So I don't use it because my my phone picks up audio actually pretty well, which is funny. What are you laughing at? Yeah. My favorite Arnold line? I don't know. So like, it's one of those things where like, if you sit down and listen to the like compilations, it's like everyone is so good. Like, there's like a history. So like, I was listening to somebody talk about it the other day, and so like the "I'll be back" line was technically when in maybe Terminator 1, Terminator 2, I can't remember which. I think it's Terminator 1. Said that and it was supposed to be "I'll come back," but he said it "I'll be back," and Cameron changed it on the spot. Okay, no, that's fine. Say "I'll be back." That's the right way to do it. So was it? Is this it?
I'll be back.
Yeah. I think
I'll be back. I'll be back.
it's supposed to be "I'll come back." I don't know. It's probably one of those myths. Put the cookie down. Yeah. Kindergarten Cop. So like I mean, as a kid, so like basically I watched Kindergarten Cop when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 probably. And so it like resonates with you differently when you're a kid. Because so my dad was a Marine, and so I kind of resonated with the like frustration that like someone who's kind of macho feels with kids. Like it connected with me in a different way. So slow down, egghead. Golly, a movie nerd talk. Okay, these. I mean, you don't have to spam the chat and be a dick. Anyways, yeah, I think I gotta get. All right, so if you guys want to just sit and chat and enjoy hanging out on a Sunday morning, you can. Yeah, it's turbo. Okay, so yeah, it's weird. The Arnold movies that are probably like
It's not a tumor.
are my favorites probably aren't the most popular. So Kindergarten Cop and Jingle All the Way are probably the ones I watched the most. Yeah, Blade Runner is probably one of my favorites. Magic School Bus. I didn't watch as much Magic School Bus as probably other people did, but I did watch it. My favorite episode that I remember from being a kid is when they can see sound waves. So like they're trying to figure out where like a haunted sound is coming from, and this like, I don't know, this mansion that's and like an ode to like a classical composer. And they put on these goggles, and the goggles let them see where the sound waves are coming from. Recess? No. That's the one I recall as a kid. I'd rather talk about Blade Runner. Um, Fraggle Rock. Yeah, I've not watched Fraggle. See, like some of these are shows that are like, I think it depended on where you were at and what your parents let you watch. That like there were certain things my parents didn't want me to watch. So like, I feel like I watched a lot of Rugrats, but they hated that show. So like Nick on Nickelodeon. Um, but I watched a lot of like Nick at Night stuff. So we're talking about right now. I think so. We can talk about whatever. We've talked about books, movies, TV shows, just whatever. I have a sound bank of Arnold voices,
Hasta la vista, baby.
and yeah. So my parents never would let me watch Married with Children or Roseanne. Um, like that was just unheard of. Like if I saw clips of Roseanne, that would have been like a big deal. just just because it was sort of, I don't know. I don't know if low class is the term, but I don't know about anything about Recess. Um, oh no, I probably no Recess. Let me see. So I don't know. I guess Recess would have been it'd have been in a time where I saw it. I probably did. It's probably after we had cable, so that's probably why I didn't see it. Yeah, we watched Doug. I watched a lot of Doug. Remember the episode where did he go to the theater um and he watched the show, a movie, and it was like they were like when heads roll and heads actually rolled or something. There was some whole like controversy about the show the movie they went and watched. That's the only thing I remember. Um, I don't know why. That's the one that sticks in my head. Yogi Bear, yep. My dad used to do a good Yogi Bear impression. He would do all the lines. He'd be like, "Hey, boo boo." Doug is released. Um, I watched a lot of the classic stuff. So like, I think, you know, so like, I don't even know if classic's the right word. Um, like I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, Hogan's Heroes, Green Acres, those kind of things. I feel like those were on a lot, and they were on what TV Land at the time. That I think that's. Did anybody watch? So like where I grew up, we had a channel called Turner South, and if you stayed up late at night, they did like weekend like horror shows and horror movies. So they'd play lots of um, like B horror stuff, and so that's where I first saw like no Turner Classic Movies is what I first saw like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Return of the Living Dead and like Gremlins and other stuff like that. Thanks. Yeah, the beard it comes and goes. This is about I need to shave my neck, but this is about I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I never watched Boy Meets World a lot. Um, yeah, Flintstones. We watched a ton of Flintstones. The honeymoon. Yeah, the honeymooners. I don't know. As a kid, for some reason, I got that. I don't know how I got honeymooners as a kid, but like the humor made a lot of sense to me. Yeah. Was it? What was it? They're still on. They still do it. Golly, is it? It's not Billy Bob. It's Bob Briggs, right? Is that the name? Bob Briggs. Yeah. Yeah, it's called The Last Drive-In. That used to come on. I used to watch that like so much good like B horror would come on late at night. Like was it TNT? Was that the channel? Golly. They still, so I'm trying to think. Yeah, they're still. Are they still on? Let's see. No. Let's see. Let me get on there. I think they're still on, right? They have yeah, Cat Dog, Angry Beavers, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls, all that crap. I watched. Some was so much slop. Dexter's Laboratory, all that stuff was fun. Joe Bob Briggs. See, I think they still. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, The Last Drive-In, which has Joe Bob Briggs, if you get on his Instagram, they're still active, and I think they still do The Last Drive-In on Shudder. I never could watch Beavis and Butthead. So, yeah, like that was a big no-no in my house. Jetsons, yeah, all the time. Jetsons were on like every day.
Hello, cutie pie.
Yeah, so they also Monster Vision is the other one. Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, what they could. Yeah. But when I got older, I stayed up late and would watch all sorts of slop. That's for sure. Yeah, there were certain, like, when I was a kid, certain cartoons and things. I mean, I still watch Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff. So, no, I didn't know wrestling was big off in my house. I don't know what it was. My parents hated wrestling. There's no question. We're just talking about slop we listened to as a kid, watched as a kid. I don't know. So, like, I was watching. There was some. I never watched Trapdoor. What's going on, Sarah? There was so it was interesting because like the house they filmed Home Alone in was the house. Like it's the whole thing, and did it just sell or it got listed for sale for like $5 million or something? Black Ox. Well, we didn't see. My dad worked for the cable company, so he could put all the filters on the TV that he wanted. So we had HBO for a little bit, but I feel like at some point he took because you had those weird filters you added on to the incoming signal that would or wouldn't allow you to watch whatever channel. So, yeah, we had Showtime and HBO for a little bit, but I think they eventually got taken off. Lost your mom? Yeah, sorry, man. I haven't gotten there yet. I've lost grandparents, in-laws, all that. Yeah, my dad ran the cable company for a little bit. But we didn't have like, it wasn't like expansive, you know?
Hello, cutie pie.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah. No, I just dabble. I do some stuff with synthesizers. I play guitar a little bit. This is like something I program for fun. If you go to, so I've recently uploaded, like, you go to the link in my profile, it'll take you to a drive that has I upload audio stuff to, so you can hear, and you can listen to it in the thing. You don't have to download it. It just has like free stuff. I have a, let me see what I have in here. I have this is the last one I've gotten. So I have, this is an Epiphone Casino. I wanted a semi-hollow, so I don't have it plugged in right now, but it's fun. It's awesome. Like, I wish I'd have gotten one years ago. It's my favorite now, so it's a good one. I never thought, like, bro, this, like, I never realized the, like, joy of having something that's yeah, the Greshes are good. 62 Strat, that's good. Yeah, I don't play requests. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't semi, this is fully hollow. So I don't play a ton, as much as I should. Oh, this is out of tune. Yeah, I don't know. I do have I have an American Deluxe Strat from 2005, but I have Lawler pickups in it. It's really nice. No. Then I have a Martin. This baby besides me is a 1941 Martin D10. Yep. I had a so this is, well, I don't know if I should place myself, but you know, do you know who Billy Strings is? Yeah, I've actually, one of his Martin D's I've actually played in real life before he got it. A friend was a collector and owned that guitar previously, so that's a weird. I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, a guy I know owned that guitar before he did, and had collected it years ago. He he had 2 or 3 Martin D's, and yeah, the guy, a guy I know, he owned a couple of guitars from Clapton's collection as well. Yeah. Also, Zach Brown plays a Sunburst 59 Gibson Les Paul that I've also I didn't think I played that one. I think I played the Gold Top. But I played who do I listen to? My favorite band is All Them Witches. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're really good sort of stoner rock band. Yeah, they're my favorite. I learned on a Takamine thin body. I don't know if you know what that is. Is that a Takamine or Takamine? I can never remember. You like Foo Fighters? I mean, I grew up listening to Foo Fighters, but yeah, Takamine. Yeah, that was a thin body. It was red. That was the first guitar I ever had. That's what I learned on. It didn't have good action, so I'd probably be better now if it had just slightly better action. What's up, Pop? Whatever that is. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The sound was really good. So like, it didn't play well, but the sound was really good. And then I had it was a Gothic Epiphone SG, but it was a really, really good guitar because it was out of the Korean factory from the early 2000s, and apparently they made like Gibson quality instruments in that factory, and it was an extremely good guitar. I don't play a Jackson. I have a Schecter Super Shredder that has active pickups, but they're like they're like the right blend of active, so they're not. I don't know. They're not so hot. But yeah, I have a Schecter Super Shredder, and it's a lot of fun. I have this preamp pedal. Let me see. It's by Victory. It's called the Kraken. It's like heavy metal preamp. You hook the Super Shredder to this thing, and it just like melts your face. And then I run it through an old PV 212. Bro, it's like, yeah, it was. So I was looking for something that had a so like I want something with so I have the Stratocaster and I have this. I wanted something with a mahogany body that sounded just a little different. And then I went through. I don't know if you polish frets or anything like that, but I went through and like did the whole neck and polished it and everything, and did all the adjustments and everything. It absolutely just screams. But yeah, I've been writing on guitar a lot lately. Yeah, I learned how to do like so I started with do you know who Bill M was? Bill M was he was a tech writer for PC Magazine, and then he got into modifying Blues Juniors, and he came up with all these mods for the Blues Junior. So anything you see out there mod wise for the Blues Junior was probably started by him. You can get on the websites now and they have it all. But so first time I got into electronics was doing all the Bill M mods that were available at the time on my Blues Junior. So I learned how to solder and do all that stuff. And then I got into being able to switch out pickups and wiring harnesses and do all that stuff, just so I could do it myself and have fun. And then yeah, now I can. I mean, I polish frets, so I can adjust, do all the adjustments and stuff. Basically, I can't like I don't refinish the what is it? You do the heights on the necks where you like sand down all the fretboards and stuff. I don't do all that, but I can. Oh yeah, yeah. I picked up. Put this down real quick. So I was trying to think. The first time I heard Pink Floyd, I'd gone to Augusta, Georgia with my mom because they have like hospitals and stuff there. And I can't even remember. I think I had an appointment. I was having surgery or something. And we stopped at the Goodwill in Evans, Georgia. Okay. And someone had like dumped and this was 2003. I mean, this is a long time ago. And someone had dumped like their whole vinyl collection at this Goodwill. And I went in and I was a kid, I was like 14, 15 or something. And I picked through all the vinyl and I was like, oh, this one looks cool. It has a cool little has a prism on it with the sunlight coming through or whatever. And I bought a bunch of albums there, and they all had like the same lady's name on them, so I know they're from the same collection. And it was that, and there was that album, it was Dark Side of the Moon and Animals. And I went home and listened to I just started learning to play guitar too, and I went home and put them on, and I heard Animals for the first time, and it was like, yo, what is going on? And I still think to this day, I think Animals is probably one of the best albums like ever recorded. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Yeah, yeah. Something about Pink Floyd, like they definitely went for like we can do slow builds and we can do like sort of like ethereal things so that it builds and actually like makes you feel something. Like it's very dynamic in that way. It's not like just straight up, we're trying to rock you from start to finish. I mean, I guess plenty of other bands did that, but they were willing to give their stuff like the breathing room to. Yeah, I've never seen. Does David Gilmour still performs, and so does what's his face. But I never understand. They had a weird way where they wrote their music where, what's his name? What's his name? Roger Waters. Roger Waters what's up? Roger Waters got more writing rights to the albums, so over time he made more money off of them, even though like David Gilmour like they would do 2-part songs, and Roger Waters would write one of the parts, and then he would also write the other part, but he'd write it in collab. But whenever the record rights came through and they got paid, he would get paid more because the part 2, he was the only one that he had written. There was all these weird little things that I was like, this is not much. We're just hanging out. We're talking about guitar stuff, Pink Floyd. You just mentioned Buddy Guy, which I've not listened to a lot of Buddy Guy. I mostly the only classic blues I've ever listened to is Robert Johnson. I think because like yeah, Robert Johnson's I think's the goat. But I like Stevie Ray, but I don't like Stevie Ray. Like he's a good guitarist, but I don't like listening to him. Um, there is a good if you want to hear stories about him and stuff. His brother still is active, and so I listened to an interview with his brother maybe last year. That was really good, um, and it kind of gives you a lot of context around that scene at the time. Yeah, I'm not like I'm more like the raw blues. Like I like Robert like that's why I like Robert Johnson is because he doesn't play in a timing that's normal. It just kind of modulates through his. I don't listen to a lot of folk artists. Not much. We're just hanging out. We're talking about guitar stuff and music and whatever. We talked about sci-fi though and all sorts of stuff. Um, yeah, I don't listen to like you can mention all the classic stuff you want. I probably have not listened to any of it. I like I don't know. I just is it more about play or more about guitarists? No, I mean I play guitar, so we and so does Ruff Rekka. Um, but right now we're just talking about music. We went from talking about sci-fi stuff to talking about music somehow. Yeah, I listen to the Beatles. I like some of the so like that era. So Beach Boys, like and Beatles, and some of the like Rolling Stones, like the shift into rock. I like that, like looking at those transitions and learning how to play some of those guitar things. Um, you're the second person in 2 days to call me Asmongold. Um, I don't listen to Jimmy Buffett, Robin Trower, no. I could tell you everything I listen. I mean, I listen to all. I don't listen to just guitar stuff. I like so like if you ever listen to Coulter Wall, is that his name? I like him. He writes kind of folksy stuff. Nah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've listened to Jimmy Buffett stuff. I just never jived with it. Anything that plays on the radio constantly, like I like Journey, but I've heard it too many times to find that enjoyable. Axe collection? Nah, I don't have it available. I got a Strat. I got an American Deluxe Strat, Schecter Super Shredder, Epiphone Casino, Alvarez MD90C acoustic. I have like an old, and I have like a pawn shop Squire Telecaster, but nothing crazy. Not like I don't have anything super expensive. Because um, when it comes to electric, if you polish the frets, you get the intonation right on how your strings are balanced and all that, and then you get the right set of pickups in. Like you can. It doesn't matter how expensive your guitar is. Um, some people say they can tell the difference between the coatings. So like if you have polyurethane versus a lacquer finish, people say they can tell the tonality difference, but my ears are I work on a wood. I've done too much woodworking to have all that like high end still in my hearing. So there's like a lot of high end I don't quite pick up on. Hmm. What are y'all up to today? Sunday morning. get started off, we're talking about, I'm not gonna play guitar right now. My, I'm not diabetic, but in the mornings my blood sugar is really off, so my hands shake and I cannot play to save my life sometimes. Anyways, y'all up to anything? Is it y'all staying warm? Here it's freaking freezing here.
Get to the chopper!
That's my sound bank. Anyways, anyone still in here? I can never tell. And the number count at the top never matches the whoever's actually in here. I'll have like 10 people in here and I'll say there's 0. It's so weird. It's like, thanks. Yeah, it's a modular, so I'll show you guys. So right now I haven't patched it up with anything new in a couple of days, or reprogrammed my sequencer. So I just been messing around with, I don't know. I got this. So I got this, but then I'm gonna figure this out. I don't know, some of it's getting, yeah, so what you're hearing is, almost everything you're hearing is analog. So what you're hearing is this guy, which is the Sophia, it's analog. So that's this voice right here. And then this guy, which is the Crewin, it's analog as well. And then some, I got a digital effect on this one, so I can turn the delay up. It's a digital delay, but yeah, it's fun. I used to like I always liked synthesizers, but I never could find one that had the right parts to it, if that makes sense. So like the filters always sounded off, or something with the volume always sounded off. So like if you do a modular synth, you can build your own voice, so you can have all the parts you want instead of whatever like the all-in-one synths includes. So you can like patch it all together. So like I have, you know, this guy going into this filter, so you can hear it. It'll. And so then I can, if I don't like that filter, I can just patch into another filter. Or if I want to get rid of that filter, I'll sell that filter, put it, you know, get another one. So that's why I got into this, because I like synthesis, but I didn't like some of the dynamics of certain things that they include in. Yeah, whatever. We started off talking about oh, and if you go to my I did this just this week. If you go to my profile, there's a link there, and it'll take you to where you can find a drive of shared drive of like sounds and stuff I've made. I don't have a lot of stuff there yet, but I've been slowly going through things I've recorded, just raw sounds, and you can go check that out, because it's all this stuff's just sitting on my hard drive. I got like hundreds and hundreds of these freaking files of like weird synth sounds I've made and sound effects and stuff. So some of it's more musical and some of it's more like textural and like sound designy. So I've been trying to craft work. out of a stick. Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of electronic stuff. So like you're gonna laugh, but um I think Daft so did I don't know who helped Ye on his album Yeezus. That was the first time I really got exposed to synthesis. I think Daft Punk helped him with the sound design on on some of the tracks on that album. And I remember hearing those sounds for the first time and being like, there's something different about this. And I think they were all modular. Um, so, you knew. Let me see. Oh, this is going to wait for her. That's weird. I don't know. Whatever. I can change the melody. Let's see. Yep. Let's change this one. Yeah, I have it hooked. So like, I have this. It's a module called the Bloom. It's this guy right here. It can I can program a melody in, and then if I want to mutate it, I can crank the mutate up, and then it will create variations on that melody. And then I can also do a bunch of other stuff with it. But yeah, makes it pretty quick for changing up something. Yep. Wind sounds, yeah. Yeah, bass. Bass sounds like there's nothing like a bass sound through like a real like good analog synth. The I sold it years ago, but probably the best bass sounds was I had this. It was called a Moog Slim Fatty, and it was just a monophonic synth, and that thing made the most like just incredible bass sounds. Yeah, synth bass, because you can get so many textures going on. So like you have like sound wise, there can be so much like dynamics going on. It like overwhelms the senses, which I think is which is why it's so powerful. Cause like highs, like these highs, when you just do these highs, you know, whatever. When you click this thing down, I mean, it all has its place, but I mean, do you need anything else other than a Juno 106? Isn't that like one of the like most goated keyboards ever? Like, Yeah, I mean, Juno 106s still go, like in good condition, still go for like $2,500. So it's pretty good retention of value. Yeah, I think the Juno 106 is like it's like one of these synths, you know. It's like it's so classic, had such good sounds and design that it sort of lives on. So like there, you know, like how many ever recreations they've made of it. So like they make smaller ones now that are like have certain sounds from it, and I think the Behringer just copy it. I think they just copied it. Yeah, I don't know. There's some different, and then there's some virtual sense of it. I was never a keyboard player, but it's fun. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It is fun. What's going on? Peace all night. It's interesting. Hello. No, yeah, it was one of those that like, because it could do anything, you know. So that's the thing about synthesis, is if you do it all just right, you can make something sound like many different kinds of instruments, and that's why like I think I'm gonna get I think is my like goal for the, like 2 years from now is to get a Osmos E, an expressive. It's like a physical modeling synth, and it's like one of the best ones ever made. I think once the used market gets kind of saturated with them, I want to get one with the 61 keys. But they have like multiple levels of touch sensitivity, and then like vibrato you can do and whatever. So like you don't have to be a keyboard player to understand the dynamics of it, because you can dynamically do 80s rock. Yeah, the 80s was interesting. I feel like there was buddy. I feel like there was so much there was so much good stuff made in the 80s, but there's also so much sloppy stuff made in the 80s that it kind of gets like it's not remembered like well, because there was so much innovative things going on, but then there was also like so much like just sloppy like rock and roll and stuff. I mean, I don't know, whatever. We ever gonna forget the the style? So get on I've recently been getting like on my algo, getting served like old videos from the like 80s and 90s of like tutorials and like goofy like preachers and like all sorts of weird stuff. And it's like you'll see like style. It's funny looking back, and it's like, oh, everyone, if I go down to the, you know, Trader Joe's, everyone's dressed like that. Like it has not gone away. Like it is stronger than ever. Yeah, same here. You ever like, so like when it comes to technology, I'm never a first adopter. So like I never buy the current newest thing. I always at least wait a year. Even with phones and whatnot. Retro atavism. Yeah, so like you're never gonna catch me buy, like I'll buy last year's phone if I know it's a good phone. Or I haven't bought a phone in like several years. But like I bought the like almost last year's model. And yeah. And then same thing with like video games. Like I think I bought a Wii U after they had discontinued the Wii U. And then all the game, whatever games, because I could get it used. But then I knew it was like, okay, this is gonna be a solid thing. Same thing. I bought a PlayStation 4 like the year they discontinued the PlayStation 4. Yeah. All right, I gotta go stoke my fire. I got a fire going right now, so I'll be right back. Oh, me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I wish I'd learned to play better. Anyways. Anyways, guys, it's 0, Michigan. Yeah, it's I'm in the South, and feels like feels like 3 degrees outside. Now it's only like 14 or 15, but wind chill's pretty harsh. Wind dropped out. Sorry, I had to go. Probably need to go here in a second. Anybody else got anything to say? You want to hang out for a minute? I'm about to move on with my day. Probably spend copious amounts of time outside in the snow. All right, guys. Have a good day. Stay warm. Peace.